Alright everyone, so this is our trial run of what will be our barrel grown aeroponics garden. So what we're thinking is we're going to have a cherry tomato plant, a tomato of some variety, and then we've got them spaced here where we can have about 36 total plants. See where those X's are is where I'll be drilling the holes there and putting everything on. And then I'm going to have my reservoir of nutrient water here about there down, maybe a little bit lower, with my pump in the middle, and my misters will be all inside, so it'll be all contained within the barrel itself. Alright, so I've got my barrel here. I've already installed all of the 1-inch 90-degree elbows. I've got, you can see there up on top, I've got the tomato cage. It's attached here to allow everything to hold the weight of the tomato plants, which will be in these 2-inch net pods. And those just fit right down there in the bunghole. I got 3 up here, and then I've got my access port here that I kind of melted and bent, and then attached one of the discs that I cut from the hole here up here. So I attached that as a knob I can grab onto. So I'll update you once I get all of that put in there, but I wanted to show you real quick. I already drilled the hole for this spot here, and so what I do have here is the 1-inch elbow, and it just fits right in there like that, but it's too small. So what I did, I think these are 1.5 inch circles, just so it's tight. So I have my little flame torch here, and I just melt. I just melt this good enough where it will bend to the pressure of putting in this elbow. So once it's melted like that and good to go, you just grab it and put it in there. It might be a little hard to hold this camera and do that at the same time, so let's see if I can get this to hold it in place for me. Let's see if that will hold it in place. One side has these little... Alright, so I ran out of video there at the end, sorry. But you saw that I had already heated this up. I got this pretty well done here, and it just pops right in there. When it's warm and hot, it should pop in there and have a pretty good seal, but you have to really do it quickly. So burn it, throw it in there really fast, and it should seal pretty good. But just in case if it doesn't seal, I just got some silicone, 100% silicone, so it doesn't move around or swell or anything when it gets hot and cold. So you just put those around each one of these, and that's it. I also, let's see. also have a drain hole here, and I'll be putting this 1/2 inch ball swivel on here to just connect it right there and be able to empty it when I need to change the water. And that's it. Alright, so I got my tank all set up here. I've got 32 of these elbows here for plants. I've got my spout down there, and I've got 3 up top for random plants and such. So this, just kind of snaps right there, and that'll hold it in place. Got my knob here to lift this up, and you can see my sprinkler system there. Got 4 up top and about 8 on the pole. And my water will be in my reservoir, will be in the tank along with everything else. So pretty good. We'll see how it goes. I'll give you updates as plants come in and everything like that. So there you go. All right, so we have a couple of our rock wool that I'm gonna show you how to plant the seeds and mix the general hydroponics water nutrients. So you take these, you pop them off, you come over here, you can just throw those in there. We're gonna get to that in a minute. So I have the Flora Grow, the Flora Micro, and the Flora Bloom. And for seedlings, you want to have a 1/4 teaspoon of each of these in your mixture, and it shows you right here. If you look, I don't know if the camera will focus on that, but it's a teaspoon per gallon. I just mix 1 gallon jug, especially for starting your starts, and then it shows you as cuttings and seedlings, and then it goes on all the way to blooming and ripening, and it shows you the right mixture to put in each one. So the green one, well, first you want to fill up your gallon jug. Then I just use the pH down. I don't really need anything else, so I use this pH down to bring the pH down to about 6 or 5.5. And so then you want to make sure that you don't mix these. I've got a little syringe here that measures my teaspoons. So you want to put that in here, and I suck up a little bit of water because you don't want to mix these two. And so 1/4 of that one, and you want to shake it up, mix it pretty good. And then this one is the Flora Micro, 1/4 teaspoon of it. Get all that mixed out really good. I can see that there's some on here, so I just want to clean it. Clean that out. You don't ever want to mix these nutrients here. It'll mess up the formula. Alright, so once you got all those mixed, you probably want to close it off and mix it every time you do each one of these. To me, it doesn't really matter, especially as they're seedlings. But as you go higher and the concentration gets higher, you probably want to make sure that you've got that good. So once that's all mixed up, then you want to soak these just for a couple seconds. So let those soak for a little bit. Then over here, my wife and I already planted some of these. These were planted about 2 weeks ago. So about 2 weeks ago. These are kale, and then you can see we've got all kinds of crazy stuff we're going to try in this system. Watermelon, cherry tomatoes, lots of stuff. So these are giant Caesar lettuce, lots of different kinds of lettuce and spinach right here. Parsley, basil, green onions, and then these are all tomatoes. And then we've got one little bell pepper coming up out of these 4 that we planted here. So And then these are strawberries. So we're gonna plant some, I'll show you what we're gonna plant in a sec. So what you wanna do is you wanna take these, break them apart, and then just give them a good tapping. And we'll plant them, see right there. Tap, tap. And you wanna put it in. Tap, tap. I'll do it like this. So just a light tapping, they'll hold a lot of moisture in themselves. So we've got our rock wool there, and did we say we're going to do 2 dill, 2 jalapeno, and 1 pea? We're going to do 2 pea. So we'll do 2 pea. We're going to do 2 pea, and then you get 1 more of these in there. So you got your rock wool there, and soak it. Make sure it's soaked all the way up through. It soaks it up pretty fast, so I'll call that good. So I've got my dill here. I got these seeds from a friend, so we're just kind of planting a couple of these ones in here. What I do is I grab them with tweezers. It's easier for me. Some people use toothpicks and water to help grab them. We're running out of video there. Are we so good? So I just put one on one side, and just a seed depth down is what I hear is supposed to do. I think I did further down than that on some of these other ones that aren't sprouting, so I'm going to follow their example here. If I can grab the seed. So these are dill. They're very difficult to grab. So let me just grab a couple here. So you want to do one on each side, a seed depth down, and then you can cover it just a little bit. I actually suggest that you just barely lightly cover it. So you see I've got them down there. And then just kind of grab this over and give it some darkness there. And yeah, and that's it. So that's how you do it, and then we'll do the rest of these and call it good. So I'll update you on the barrel once it gets going some more, and we'll be good.